Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of the Transfer Roundup show. It's the series where we talk through the latest Manchester United transfer news and all the news going on around Manchester United in general all the way throughout the summer. So if you guys do go on to enjoy this today, please drop it a like. That would be greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, guys, and want to subscribe and haven't done that already and want to do that, hit that red button down below in the bottom right corner. That would really help out. Remember, guys, to share the video and also comment down below your thoughts on all the topics and all the players I will be talking to you guys about today in the video. Thank you guys for that. And as always, guys, all the outlets I do read will be on screen for you guys to follow along with. And we have a lot of news to talk about, so let's get into it by talking about Jadon Sancho, who has been a very hot topic over the last couple of weeks regarding Manchester United transfer news. And also, guys, Jadon Sancho has been heavily linked with PSG. And first of all, I just want to say, I do think Jadon Sancho will leave Manchester United this summer. Whether it's next week, the week after, on the day of the deadline of when the transfer window ends, I fully expect Jadon Sancho to leave. But these guys are outlets all the way from last week up until the latest news that we're getting today. So let's get straight into it. This was on the 23rd of July about Jadon Sancho from Darmesh from Sky. And outlets will be on screen. PSG are interested in Jadon Sancho. There has been no formal approach yet, but they have explored the conditions of the deal. Juventus, Dortmund and an unnamed Premier League club are keen on the winger. And the concrete deal at the moment, and what's looking like it will happen, is PSG, Jadon Sancho to PSG. That's the deal right now that is looking very likely, and I think it's good for both clubs. You know, with PSG losing Mbappe, they're looking for that star player. And of course, Jadon Sancho is not on the level of Mbappe. But again, it can give more freedom there. It will give him a big opportunity. You know, the lights will be on Jadon Sancho as well. So I think this is a really, really good move. Obviously, it says on there Juventus and an unnamed Premier League club, but I've not seen much news on any other teams being linked with him other than PSG, and a serious interest as well. So that's why I do think it will happen. Of course, we have a lot more developments on that situation, guys, regarding Jadon Sancho. And we move on to, got a few more outlets to read for you guys. Another one here from Chris Wheeler. The feeling is that Manchester United will sell Jadon Sancho this summer if they get an offer close to the 40 million mark. Sancho is one of the players they would sacrifice to strengthen in other areas, as he has multiple players ahead of him in the squad. And again, do I see him really playing for Manchester United next season if he was to stay? I don't. So it's not realistic to say we're going to keep him, is it really? Because he needs game time. He's a very good player. We know the ability he has. We know the quality he's got in his game. So he's a player which I want to go and see thrive. Of course, I don't really like him as much as I did before he had that little tangle of Erik ten Hag and that stuff went on, which was just pointless and didn't really help anyone in that time. But yeah, I don't think he'll be playing next season. I think even Amad Diallo is ahead of him. Rashford's there. You know, Anthony's probably ahead of him for Ten Hag as well. So, you know, I do expect him to leave. And again, it's just getting the offer and the money and, of course, someone to pay his wages, really. That's the issue we have right now. But that was from Chris Wheeler. And he also went on to say, Jadon Sancho's fitted back in at Manchester United like he has never been away. Sources describe a bubbly character with a good sense of humour who can be positive, who can be a positive influence on those around him. Everyone wants to keep it that way. So, you know, if he was to stay, it's all good. You know, Ten Hag, Jadon Sancho, they both apologised. You know, there's fresh air in the situation now. It's all dealt with. And they're friends now. So, I mean, if he was to stay, then everyone would want him to have an impact. And everyone would want the best for him. But I just don't think it's going to happen. But that was on the 26th of July as well. And we have some major news coming out today about Jadon Sancho as well, which I'll read for you in a minute. And I think that's all the news we have on Jadon Sancho, other than today's news. No, this was from on the 28th. And this was from Sports Zone. PSG have reached an agreement in principle with Jadon Sancho. This is what I'm talking about, with PSG being heavily interested in him and looking like the team that will sign his signature. However, he's not a priority for them. They are exploring other avenues. So, of course, it's not the main person they're looking for. But if the right deal's there, they can sort something out, negotiate something with Ineos. For Jadon Sancho at the right price, they'll take it. because they want Jadon Sancho. I think some other deals will be more complicated for him. And that was, I think, all we had on, Jadon Sancho. Other than PSG are meeting with Ineos today, I think, to discuss Jadon Sancho. And that was all the news we had today on Jadon Sancho. They're at a point now where they're coming together to meet for him to negotiate a deal. So that's all the news we have on Jadon Sancho, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is Jadon Sancho a player that you want to see leave? Or is he a player that you think, do you know what, could still have a massive impact in this team? Because I'm not sure, really. Like, if he stays, he stays. I support him. I get behind him. But I just don't see it being realistic because he won't get enough game time and he wants to play every single week like he did at Dortmund because you can see the impact he has. Maybe it's just a foreign move away that will help him in this situation because he hasn't really done enough in the Premier League when he has played for Manchester United, has he? So, maybe just suited away to a foreign team much better than like a Premier League side. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens, guys. I'm sure we'll get a lot more developments, but it does look like PSG will sign Sancho if it does go through. But that's all the news, guys, we have about Jadon Sancho. There's been a lot of news going on, guys, and I do expect this week now coming up to be a massive, massive week for Manchester United regarding transfers and regarding some certain players I will be talking about today. There was a bit of news, guys, on Bruno Fernandes. This was from Ligt and also Tanzilovic, some French outlets. PSG have shown interest in Bruno Fernandes. However, he is deemed too expensive and is not a priority. And that was a couple of days ago, and since then, we've heard absolutely nothing. But we have heard news about Saudi Arabia being interested in Bruno, now PSG. I just think these rumours are just made up and are completely fake. Because I don't see Bruno Fernandes leaving. He's not said anything, done anything to say, do you know what? I want to head out of Manchester now. I don't want to play here anymore. He's a massive part of the team. He's our captain. And we have him for what? How many years now? Or how many years have we had him for? And he's been our best player in a few of those years. And again, he's still having a massive impact now. So I don't expect him to leave, guys. This is just false. And this is just rumours going on. So I don't want you guys to believe these or some of the things that are coming out about Bruno Fernandes. We also had a bit of news, guys, on Monaco's Fofana, who, again, I would definitely take at Manchester United. And this was from Damasio, so a very good journalist. Manchester United have joined the race for Youssouf Fofana. Monaco are asking for 35 million. But the thing is, we have much more interest right now in Ugarte, and I think it's Fofana or Ugarte. We're not going to get both. And again, we've been linked with Ugarte for a long time now. Personal terms are agreed. And basically, he's just waiting for Manchester United. So for me, this Fofana deal, I saw it once about some news about him. There's been nothing since. I expect him to maybe make a move away, but that not be Manchester United. I just don't think we're that interested in him at the moment. And again, 35 million is a great price for Fofana. I think he's a quality player. And again, I think a Premier League side could definitely snatch him up for that price as well. So be interesting to see what happens with Fofana and if he does make a move to the Premier League or something. But yeah, I don't think he'll be making a move to Manchester United. A bit of news on Ugarte, guys, who we have been linked with for a long time. As I've been telling you guys, Manchester United has some conversations with Monaco to understand the availability of players like Youssouf Fofana and Van der Sar. But internally, the main names United are discussing for the midfield is Manu Ugarte and Sofiane Amrabat, who again, Manchester United are also trying to sort out or negotiate a deal where they can get Amrabat back because Ten Hag really likes him. But again, I think it's a bit complicated because Manchester United probably want another loan and Florentina don't want that anymore. They don't want another loan deal. They're fed up with it. And again, I just think it's going to go on and on and on like this. So who knows what can happen there. We'll have to sort something out. Hopefully can sort something out with that to get him maybe on a cheap deal or pay some wages over like 2 years or 3 years like we did with Xerxes. We'll have to wait and see. But it's mainly about Ugarte, who again, basically we are waiting to sell players to get this deal to get the deal to speed up. That's exactly what's happening with a lot of these players. And again, similar with Ugarte as well. We're just waiting for outgoings at the moment. There was a bit of news on Ligt, who we do know is waiting for Manchester United as well. Personal terms are agreed. He's not negotiating with any other clubs. He fully wants Manchester United, and it also depends on selling players like Lindelof or Maguire or certain players like that, or even like Ericsson, McTominay, etc., to raise funds to get these players because he's going to cost 50 million. Ugarte is going to be close to like 40, 50 million as well. So, we're going to have to sell players and we're going to have to get our outgoings going quickly. Otherwise, we're going to take ages and ages and ages waiting for these players, and eventually they're going to get fed up, or, you know, they're not going to be able to negotiate a proper deal for him in time. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with the outgoings. But this was from Fabrizio Romano on the 24th. Bayern want 50 million for Matthias de Ligt, but Manchester United want to pay add-ons as part of a structure. That's one thing I just want to say that is very, very key on this. Manchester United are standing their ground. They want to pay add-ons with this deal. They don't want to buy him straight out. It is crucial for Manchester United and Ineos to make sure add-ons is involved in this deal. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So Bayern Munich and Ineos are going to have to negotiate. I don't know how long it may take to negotiate this type of deal. But again, it's a deal that Manchester United right now are finding a little bit complicated down to what Bayern Munich want. And that's, of course, a full payout. Yeah, 50 million. De Ligt is still waiting on the move, as I've mentioned. And was there any more news about De Ligt? I think that was all the news we have on him, because we're just going over the same stuff about De Ligt. He's just waiting for the move now, and it's up to those two clubs to talk and get a good deal for both of them that both of the teams want. So yeah, was that the I think that was the latest news on De Ligt, guys. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys, what I've talked about so far. De Ligt, Ugarte, are you a fan of Fofana? Sancho, do you want to stay or go? Let me know down below. But we also, guys, have some major breaking news. We're not going to talk over the Dumfries and Wan-Bissaka deal, because that's no longer happening. And again, what instead is happening with that is that Wan-Bissaka looks like he will be heading to West Ham. They've agreed a deal, but again, it's now down to the player in Wan-Bissaka to say yes to the deal, because I don't think he's too keen on joining West Ham from what I have heard. The deal's right there. They just need the player to say yes. We have Mazraoui, what's his name? Mazraoui, the Ajax player who Manchester United have agreed terms with and is currently waiting for Manchester United. We heard about this, guys, the other day. And this was from Pletigol. The Mufc Mazraoui deal to West Ham is off. That was very close, but last minute it went off, because Mazraoui wanted Manchester United and wanted Manchester United only. He wasn't keen on the West Ham move. Just like Wan-Bissaka is not really keen on going there either, Mazraoui wasn't keen on joining West Ham. They have now left the race, and Manchester United are pushing for him. That was the first bit of news we got on the situation. And then we went on to say, guys, Mufc Mazraoui, I don't know how to pronounce that, if I'm pronouncing it right, has given total priority to Manchester United. He would love the move and is waiting for the club, which again is good news. It's similar to De Ligt and now Mazraoui. These players want to join Manchester United, and it's so refreshing because these players are now waiting for the club to negotiate deals. They don't want to negotiate with any other teams. They both want Manchester United. How good is that to see? An agreement on personal terms will not be a problem. That has now been confirmed. But United will only sign a right-back if Aaron Wan-Bissaka leaves. That was from Fabrizio Romano the other day. And we went on to say, Darmesh from Sky, talks between Manchester United and Bayern over Mufc Mazraoui are now advancing. And then they've got some more information on Mazraoui. This was from Santi Una. Manchester United's agreement with Bayern Munich for Mufc Mazraoui is estimated around 21 million. But we have learned, Fabrizio came out today and told us a bit more news on that. This was from Samuel Luckhurst before Fabrizio. Manchester United are optimistic that they will conclude a deal to sign Bayern Munich's Mufc Mazraoui. So all the top journalists, guys, were tweeting about it, getting the news out here. And 4 hours ago today, Fabrizio, understand the agreement reached between Manchester United and Mazraoui is on a 5-year deal valid until 2029 with an extra deal. So similar to Joshua Zirkzee deal. It also includes an option to 2030. Mazraoui waiting for United as they have to sell Wan-Bissaka. So let me get this clear, guys. This deal depends on whether Manchester United can sign Wan-Bissaka. We know De Ligt is waiting. We know Mazraoui is waiting. But Manchester United now have to focus on the outgoings and getting deals done for these type of players like Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, etc. that have to leave, Eriksen, etc. that, again, are players which are not going to be a part of this Manchester United team next summer. They want to get deals done for them, but again, the problem is the amount of money they're on. We cannot find teams to pay their wages, and that's the problem we have right now. It's been a problem for a lot of years with Manchester United, and even though Ineos have taken over, they can't take these wages off them just like that. It's not like you can't do that. So this is why we are struggling so much with getting these players going, and that's why it's been so slow regarding the outgoings. It's because teams don't want to pay their wages. It's as simple as that. But yeah, it's frustrating because these players want to join Manchester United. They're good players as well. Mazraoui is a player which, of course, he's not at the time at Bayern Munich that everyone wanted him to have, really. But again, when he was on the up, there was a lot of hype around him. Again, got that move to Bayern Munich after performing really well at Ajax. He's played under Ten Hag before, and he's a player which can do both attacking and defending. It's much better than Wan-Bissaka, who's obviously very good at defending, but cannot do the attacking side as well. But with Mazraoui, we're getting a very, very good player there, who again, as a backup to Dalot, would be amazing. Would be absolutely amazing, and he can do both as well. He can get up the pitch, he can get back, so he's a player, again, which would be a really, really good backup. So that's all the news, guys, we did get on Mazraoui. And so, guys, some final news today. We'll talk about Wan-Bissaka quickly. Where was the first one for Wan-Bissaka? So, yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on Mazraoui. Are you happy with that signing if it does get done? Because I think it's really, really good that we're doing these type of deals now for players who can have a really big role in this team. Not saying he's going to start every week, but it's really important to have very good depth in the side. And that's what you would get with Mazraoui. So, yeah, final news about Wan-Bissaka. This was from Fabrizio. Yeah, same thing as talked about. Before completing the deal for a new right-back, Manchester United must clarify Aaron Wan-Bissaka's situation. His exit is considered a crucial step in order to sign a new right-back. And they also demanding, Petty Gold saying, West Ham are now focused on a deal for Wan-Bissaka. New talks are planned for the next 48 hours, and this was on the 26th. And have lowered their demands for around 10 to 15 million. So again, they really want him gone now so they can get Mazraoui over the line. But again, it's really important that Wan-Bissaka agrees to the deal as well. Otherwise, it won't happen. Santi Una came out and said Wan-Bissaka is expected to join West Ham. An agreement between the clubs has reached an agreement between West Ham, and the player is now needed. Their salary offer should convince Wan-Bissaka of the move. So again, he'll be getting a lot more money, I assume, than he's on at Manchester United with West Ham. And again, more game time, really, considering Dalot's first team at the moment. On the latest news, we had a Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, just basically that. There's no point putting on screen for you guys, but it's just that we're waiting for him now to say yes to West Ham, and that's going to be done. A little bit of news from Melissa Reddy today as well regarding Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire will not be leaving Manchester United this summer, which again is frustrating. It's frustrating. As much as I want him to stay because he was so good last season, he's a player which now needs to move on. And that's the frustrating part for me. That's the frustrating part. I know he's good depth. I know he's good backup. But he's a player which needs to play. And now we're just taking the piss it feels. It really does feel like that. Because he doesn't deserve to be a backup. He doesn't. He deserves to go off to another Premier League side, a mid-table one, or go away somewhere where he's going to get a lot of game time or something. It's frustrating that we're keeping him because players like this, we need to get gone and get money for. But again, as I mentioned, it's not as easy like that because the wages they are on is an incredible amount of money which other players or other teams will not want to pay. And that's where we're stuck at the moment. So it's difficult. But yeah, guys, that's all the news, guys, we have for you guys today. If you did enjoy this transfer roundup, then please drop it a like. As I mentioned earlier, please subscribe. That would be great. Please share the video and comment down below your thoughts as well. There, guys, a lot of news. I do expect it to be a massive, massive week for Manchester United in the transfer window. Deals with Ligt, deals with Mazraoui, with Wan-Bissaka, and players like that. Expect it to develop a lot this week, and we will definitely hear a lot of news and hopefully get a couple of here we goes. But yeah, guys, if you did enjoy it, please make sure to give it a like if you are new to the channel, guys, and you want to see more of this as well. Let me know. I try and get out as much as I can, once a week, twice a week. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.